One other scale that is kind of, I wouldn't really necessarily talk about the scale, I'm more going to talk about a particular note that just seems to pop up a lot in rockabilly. It's the sixth, basically. So minor or major, we'd be looking at this as the natural six. So for example, let's do a minor pentatonic, but I'm going to throw that sixth in both scenarios, in the lower octave and the higher octave. Up there. Alright, very common in rockabilly. So there's a bit of blues in that as well. So what I'll do is I'll run through a couple of licks over those higher three strings. So let's use that natural six. Again, this is based on the pentatonic and we're going to build from that. So now what we're going to do is to add to this, we're going to borrow from the blues scale. So yeah, so you would have noticed the second time I included the F sharp from the natural six and the blues note. So it gets more and more rockabilly as you sort of, you know, add all these flavors to it. Okay, so I'm going to run through that really slow. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to borrow from the major pentatonic. So that minor to major third movement, or basically we're going from a C to a C sharp, very common in rockabilly. In fact, that's something you hear quite a lot. So I'm going to build that lick. Just to go over that again, we're basically natural six, or that note added to the minor pentatonic, and we're going to add the blues note from the minor pentatonic blues, go to the C there, or the minor third of the minor pentatonic scale, and we're going to roll onto the major third, finish on the root. So probably for the more beginners out there, just to make something clear, we sort of really want to work either towards or around, the root note. Okay, so it's very important to know where those root notes are, because that's where we sort of want to start and finish in one sense. Not all the time. I mean, it sounds quite good to avoid finishing on that sometimes, but it's a very good anchoring rule. Anyway, so this is where we're at so far. Alright, now I'm going to try and do that in the lower octave, which shouldn't be too hard. So we'll go. So you can see that the more we fill it in, the more it sort of starts to look like quite a complex scale, but in essence it's a range of simple things that makes it that way. So that's minor pentatonic, minor pentatonic with the natural six added. It's also for the theory nuts out there, obviously that's got a real Dorian flavour to it as well, which is basically a minor scale with a natural six. Now if we were to add adding the blues note there in both octaves, F sharp, natural six, 5, flat 5, which is a blues note, 4, minor third, 1. Now I'll do it with the natural third added in an ascending motion. So well, you may like to finish that.